Yes, good afternoon, everyone. You're most welcome once again to my YouTube channel. So, this afternoon, I'm going to take you through what we call the search strategy. And in the search strategy, we are going to talk more about the search strategy. So, in a simple case, let me open from our PowerPoint, then you can look at more about such strategy. So, as I've said, our main topic today is introduction to such strategy. So, what do we mainly deal in such strategy? Let's look at it now in our second slide. So we are saying research questions is what we deal in our search strategy. So when we talk about search strategy, the basic ways we can find the basic necessity or the necessary information we need in the academic field or in other areas apart from academic field. We are saying this under research strategy, this is a main aim. This is a main question your study aims to answer. So when you look at research question, is the main question your study aims to answer. So for example here, you're saying it guides everything what to read, how you can collect data, and how you can analyze the results from what's seen from here. Is what it's telling us here. So it's further telling us that statistics of a good research question. What are those basics? What are those features that a good research question should possess? One is that it should be clear. What do we mean by being clear? Meaning easy to understand. The next point then should be focused. What do we mean by being focused? Not too much broad. Then the next one is reachable, meaning researchable. Meaning when you are searching for it, you should get the answer is the answer should be available. Then relevant, meaning they should be of important field. Then the next one, what's the next step? Says steps to develop a research question. What are those steps you can use to develop a research question? One tells us choose a broader topic. So when you have a question or when you want to research something, you should choose a broader topic. For example, I'm deciding to look at what do I aim right for this broader topic. I can choose to look at what I can choose to look at maybe environmental pollution in Uganda. But now when I begin in Uganda, I must look at first broadly. How is it in South Africa? How is it in the United States? How is it in England? How is it in India? All that I must choose. Then do preliminary reading. So you must read first in various angles before you come to conclusion. Then narrow the topic. Now begin from looking at England, beginning from looking at the United States, China, Japan, as you come to Africa, until you end up in Uganda, and also in addition to Uganda, end up in a particular area in Uganda. Then ask specific questions. Should you have questions, you should ask yourself what should be bring the cause? What are the outcomes? Then refine the equation now, meaning at the end now, you find the right answer for that equation. Then the next slide here, we're trying to look at now the key identifications. So when you talk about the key identifications, when you're saying keywords are the main terms used to refine or to research for information in the database. So the keywords are the terms used to research for information in database. What are those key steps in identifying keywords? One, pick out a main concepts from your research question. For example, if my research question is factors affecting maternal mortality in rural Uganda. So now when you look at here, now the key concepts here will become now maternal mortality, then rural Uganda, then now factors. Then I saying list list symptoms, symptoms or related terms. Those terms related to it. For example, you are saying rural Uganda. When you say rural Uganda, you say remote areas in Uganda. That's what we mean by rural Uganda or outside Uganda. That's another term you can use. Then use Boolean operators. What are those Boolean operators you are trying to use? The use of an or not. Then use truncations and wildcards. Now, if we talk of truncations, there are some words with a lot of meaning. For example, education. If you use truncations, for example, the use of ash at the end of educate can give you various options. If you use a question mark in the middle of a word like organization, you can find various meanings at the end. Then in the next one, we are trying to look at now database selection. How best can you choose database? So I say this is a collection of academic resources like articles and books. That's what I mean by data selection. Then importance of data selection. One, ensures credible sources. So when you do what called data selection, you come out with credible sources. What are those credible sources? The recommended sources. Then improves quality of research. So now by the time you do selection, you're going to come up with the best research or something which is out of the many, something of so much importance. Then it saves time. You don't struggle a lot because you know where to get the information from. Common mistakes in database selection. One, using only Google, in bracket, not academic basis. So only when you keep only using Google, it can't give you. Then another one, ignore recent publications. So even recent publications, you'll find that there is more important information, but for us, we tend to ignore it. Not checking if sources are peer reviewed. So there are some sources like when you look at the newspapers, for them they're not after reviewing. But when you find the right information can be good from sources whereby they review before it's released or before it's published. Uh, that's all I had for you for this afternoon. Thanks a lot for listening to me, and I say continue following me for more information about digital world or about information literacy. Have a nice afternoon.